I was lucky enough to snag a PS5, and let me say, I am impressed. So after about a week of trying, Nick and I were able to finally get a PlayStation console into our cart on BestBuy.com and check out with it. We had to jump through a few hoops to do it. For me, I had to actually get a bundle that came with a PlayStation and an extra controller. And funny enough, I had to pick up my controller at one Best Buy and pick up the console at a different Best Buy location. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you have not snagged a PS5 for yourself yet and you're still trying, a piece of advice that I have for you is to follow Twitter accounts that basically tweet out restocking alerts for PlayStation 5. So I will put one up on the screen here that I used, and I'll also link it down in the description below. They were super amazing. Every single time there would be restocks for PlayStation 5s at like Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, etc. They would, tweet that out, and so I made sure to have my notifications on for that account, and every time I saw the tweet, I would immediately jump in queue and hope for the best. So I think that's a really great strategy if you're still trying to get a PlayStation 5 for yourself. So in this video, I'm going to show an unboxing of PlayStation 5, and while unboxing the PlayStation 5, I will have video clips up of gameplay from my PlayStation 5 and from my PlayStation 4 Pro, just so you can see some graphical differences there and also see some frame rate differences along with loading time screens, which I think is huge. So make sure to check that out and we'll discuss it afterwards. All right, here she is. This is the PlayStation 5. We're back home now and we're gonna unbox this thing. And to help me unbox it, I have none other than Diablo. But before we dive into it, I'm gonna put some videos up on the side here. These videos are just simply going to show some gameplay footage from my PlayStation 4 that I took this morning, and then also some PlayStation 5 footage that I will be taking after I unbox this. Just so that you guys know at home, the PlayStation 4 footage and the PlayStation 5 footage, I try to do it as equal in comparison as I could. They're both over an Ethernet connection, they're both going to the same TV, etc., etc. But you will see some noticeable difference in the graphic quality and in the load times particularly. We'll be looking at Genshin Impact and Fortnite. Awesome, well let's dive in. All right, so let's see. So this is the full box for those of you who are curious. And this is what the back looks like. Just has some information about it, the size, etc. All right, so now that we've gone through that, let's dive into it. Let's see. A lot of layers. Okay. All right, Diablo's getting excited. So I took out the first little box that was kind of on top, and let's see what we got in here. So we have the power cord. So there's no big brick or anything, so that's kind of cool. We have some instruction manuals, which we will not be using because I think we're okay. The controller, which I'm super excited about. I haven't used it and felt all the resistance on it and whatnot, but I know the triggers are supposed to be really cool, and yeah, I can't wait to play Astro's World with this. And then there's this little tiny compartment where we have the cord for the controller to connect to the console. And then the last compartment here seems to be the stand for the PlayStation if you're going to turn it up right. And for those who don't know, you have to screw it in at the bottom, and there's a little tiny you twist the bottom and it reveals this secret door Indiana Jones style, and that's where the screw is for you to screw it in. So it's kind of nice if you're not planning on using it vertical, it's stored away and you won't ever lose it amongst a bunch of other screws around your house, so that's cool. And then we have the HDMI to HDMI cable here. All right. Now back to the big box. Let's see. Okay, so now it's the actual system. This is the exciting part. Oh, she's heavy. All right. Ooh. There we are, and I think that's everything that's in that big box, so we will set that aside for now. And then this is the system itself. So let's carefully take these off and remove all this plastic wrap protecting it. Wow, this thing is so large. I mean, holy cow. Probably a little bit too large for my taste, but it's also impressive. So here is the PlayStation 5. There's the logo. Yeah, that's so cool. So I guess if, I'm trying to figure it out. So like, obviously if you're standing it up, it goes like this, but I guess if it goes on the side, you probably just like set it on its side like this. And the stand has a little hook thing on the side, and I'm assuming that's what that's for, and it kind of just hooks into the base down there. So yeah, this is the PlayStation 5. I'm so excited to dive into it. I will also comment on, what I think about it after I get a few hours of gaming in. All right, so now that we've unboxed the PlayStation and I've played it for about roughly a day or so, let's talk about it a little bit. Let's start with the console itself. I'm a little meh on the console, right? Like, it's very polarizing with its design. Some people really like it, but I think a lot of people are in the camp of like, wow, this is too much, I personally wish they would have done a console that was all black and all white, and you could choose between the two, because right now this thing kind of sticks out like a sore thumb in my living room, but that's okay. The actual plastic, the white plastic for the sort of like sheets on the side, they feel okay. It's nothing great feeling. It doesn't feel like a really premium plastic that they use there. I wish they would have spent a little bit more money or quality in that area. The black strip going down the middle, I also wasn't super impressed with. It's that shiny piano plastic sort of stuff. And it shows dust like nobody's business. And actually, after unboxing mine, there was some dust on it, and I went to wipe it off, and then I realized that I left a bunch of hairline scratches on it because I didn't use a microfiber cloth. So pro tip, use a microfiber cloth if you care about hairline scratches on that middle black part. It's not a big deal. It's on the console. I'm never gonna go back up to the console. It's just sitting on the shelf now. But that sort of stuff bugs me a little bit. And you can't really see it unless you're close up or see it in a certain kind of light, Let's dive into the controller. The controller is really where the PlayStation 5 shines, in my opinion. It is just like so perfect. It feels so great in your hands. Hitting the buttons is quieter than when you would press the buttons on the PlayStation 4. The joysticks feel a lot smoother. Of course, the adaptive triggers are awesome. And you know what? Like, playing Astro's Playroom, I went into that game with the expectations, okay, it's gonna show me how to use the controller. It's gonna show off all the bells and whistles of the controller. I already know what the controller can do, cool. But actually playing that game and experiencing all those bells and whistles on the controller, it was kind of mind-blowing. Like, I am so impressed, like, all the like sort of 3D touch and the controlled rumbling and the sounds that come from it, top notch. Love, love, love the PlayStation 5 controller. For me, I wasn't super stoked on the launch lineup. I definitely want to get to Miles Morales at some point, but for now, I just wanted to boot up my machine and play Fortnite and play Genshin, the two games I play the most on the PlayStation right now. So I took some footage of Genshin Impact and Fortnite on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and also took some footage on the PlayStation 5. They both have Ethernet connection, both are going to a 4K TV, all that jazz. But I wanted to kind of see, have some video footage to compare that difference. And I didn't even need the video footage. Like, playing Fortnite, which is PS5 optimized, on the PlayStation 5, you could tell the difference night and day. It was so amazing. And the world loaded in so fast. There was barely any waiting time to get into a match. I was so impressed. The same thing goes for Genshin Impact. While that game actually isn't optimized for the PlayStation 5, you can definitely see a difference in the performance. There's no more sort of stuttering with the character animations anymore. Everything's very fluid. The frame rate is up. When you move your characters around, all the cloth that kind of, goes off in the wind, you can kind of see that all like move a lot more fluidly, and same with all their abilities with all the like elemental stuff. It's really, really top notch now. Also, the best part is that I no longer have to feel guilty while playing with my PC friends about my load times for Genshin Impact on the PlayStation 4 Pro. They were just so badly slow. I mean, I know it's a resource-intensive game, but it would take me so long, and I always felt so bad. PlayStation 5, I can keep up with the PC players. I teleport around the map as quickly as they do, and it's kind of amazing. So in conclusion, I'm gonna say I'm very, very happy with my PlayStation 5 purchase. I see a difference in graphical quality for all my old PlayStation 4 games. They look a lot sharper, a lot nicer, and just overall, the performance and the powerhouse that PlayStation 5 is, I'm very satisfied. Do you have a PlayStation 5? What do you think? Did it meet your expectations? Is it kind of, for you? Go ahead and leave something in the comments if you have an opinion. And thank you for tuning into my first YouTube video. I hope to make a lot more. If you enjoyed this and hope to see more, please like and subscribe.